Excuse me, have you seen Mr. That's my bad. I shouldn't have startled you. Hey guys, so I tallied your votes, and while there were a lot for Scarlet Witch and Falcon, Gamora ended up edging them out in the end, so here she is by popular demand. But the figure for the next video is still up for grabs, so don't forget to vote and we'll see who wins the next round. Anywho, let's go! The box front has the usual nice open window and some Gamora artwork there. There's one side, and the other side. There's the top, and here's back with the blade out shot and the other figures, as well as the Hero Vision logo. Video up here if you want to see what Hero Vision is. And here's the bottom with a UPC. And ka-chow! There she is, guys! Infinity War's leading lady. Starting with the head, we see no likeness to Zoe Saldana at all. But aside from the googly eyes, the face sculpt and paint are actually really nice. Now, the silver portions here are actually painted on as opposed to sculpted in, but it is a nice silver and it has very clean lines and edges. The hair is really nicely sculpted as well. There's lots of nice hair strands sculpted in, as well as some nice waviness to it. And it's nice that they added the highlights at the bottom of her hair. And the hair is really soft and bendy as well. Oh, and if you have a choice, definitely check the eyes, because there were a lot of them that had really wonky and like totally misaligned eyes, so definitely check for that if you can. And moving into the body, we actually get a really nice sculpt with quite a bit of paint apps, which is a far cry from Black Widow here, who has like no paint. They added some nice texturing and details to her coat there, as well as wrinklings on her vest, and they even added her undershirt on the bottom and the top and painted it and added wrinkles on the bottom, which is quite impressive. And here's the back with some more wrinkling and some nice texturing details there, but no paint. And her arm continues that wrinkling coat detail all throughout. And her forearm has some nicely sculpted wrappings all the way around her arm, although her elbow lip doesn't quite cover as much as the other figures, so that's kind of a bummer. But the green on her arm here has kind of a weird texturing to it. I'm not sure what it is. It kind of reminds me of like the surface of an Altoid mint or something. So I guess you could call this green color spearmint green? Yeah, no? Oh, okay. But at least she actually has paint on her arm, unlike Black Widow here, who's just all black with no paint. There's a trend going on here. And she has one fisted hand here that actually has rings sculpted in, as you can see there. They're just not painted though. And one open hand for accessories. And moving into the legs, we get a nicely sculpted belt with some decent paint on it, although some of the edges are bleeding on the paint, so that's kind of meh. The pants though have some nice texturing, and the knee things have that cool little design thing, and you also get her little blade holster right there too. And going around the back, you get the rest of her coat with the nice wrinkling and texturing details, and a pretty cleanly applied paint job, aside from the inside leg there though. And of course the details continue down to the boots with the nice belt buckling there, as well as all these wrinkles molded in, and her funky little heels. And there's the bottom of her feet with a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. And of course it's nice to see that they actually added paint to her legs, unlike Black Widow. Yep, she's back, and she's got no paint. And now for articulation. Her head rotates a full 360 degrees, and her hair is actually soft enough where you don't have to actually move it to move her head. There's a little bit of side to side movement. She has very little up and down, although the hair springs it back, so that's kind of counterintuitive. And her head just pops off just like all the other ones, but the ball joint on her head is smaller than the Wave 1 Hero Vision, which seems to be a trend with this Wave 2. So if you try to put Widow's head on there, it kind of works until you move it around, and then it's like really loose. But Hero Vision 2 heads fit just fine. And her arm rotates a full 360 degrees, as well as having a shoulder joint there. Although you have to be careful with the shoulder joint because the little plastic here is really soft. You can see I kind of nicked it because it hit the top there, so be careful about that. And her elbow rotates fully up and quite a bit down, as well as rotating 360 degrees. And her leg rotates fully forward, as well as all the way back, making her the Hero Vision Splits Queen. And she comes with a Soul Stone, which actually makes sense because that was a huge part of the movie. But Hero Vision Hulk also comes with a Soul Stone, which makes no sense because he chickened out like a little baby when he got beaten by Thanos. And she comes with her iconic blade here, which is molded in a kind of shiny plastic. And they really sculpted in a lot of details into it. And it's pretty bendy too, so you shouldn't have to worry about poking your eye out. Why do I always keep getting beat up? And the Soul Stone plugs in this little peg right here, just like so, turning it into a Soul Blade. Oh yeah. And for those interested, I also have the Marvel Legends Gamora, and honestly the biggest difference I can say is really just in the face. And even then it's mainly in the eyes, because if you look at the sculpting on the nose, the chin, the mouth, and even the hair, it's actually not that far off from each other. You know, it's just smaller on the Hero Vision version. So they did a pretty good job with this one, except for, you know, the wonky eyes and the paint color. Now of course a Legend version is going to have better paint, better sculpt, and more articulation overall, but when you consider the $10 price difference, it's actually not that far off. Plus, considering the fact that for that extra $10 you save, you can add yourself an Iron Spidey figure, you know, it really depends on what you're looking for at that point. But don't take my word for it, let's see if her man Star-Lord can tell the difference. I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to go with... Ah! Why does this keep happening?
I'll save you, Quill! Groot, get your out of this behind over here and help!
I am Groot! I'm Groot!
This isn't working! Mantis, we need your sleepy thing!
I am coming! He's too strong! Stronger than Thanos!
Who's stronger than Thanos? This is what happens when you star in Avengers and Jurassic World in the same summer, Star-Lord.
You're one to talk, Cable! Ooh, nice one, Star-Lord.
Shut it, Green Man turd.
Oh, that's low, Thanos. That's just low.
Oh, the teeth are so sharp. And now for some comparisons. Here she is next to the Marvel Legends Mantis, the Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom Blue the Raptor, the Hero Vision Iron Spidey, and the Marvel Legends Chris Pratt. Well guys, she's another great figure to add to my Hero Vision collection. Although she isn't as detailed or articulated as the Legends Gamora, the money you save can make up for it depending on what your priorities are. Now I still have Scarlet Witch and Falcon left to review, so drop a vote below on who you want to see next. And don't forget to do the likey thingy, and as always, thanks for watching and subscribing, and for the comments too, some of which are really funny. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!
No.